Hey, exciting video today. Come shop with me while I check out a shop in Asheville that I think could be a good model for antique stores in the future. Let's do it. I set up at my first show when I was 14, selling baseball cards. I've owned an antique mall, sold online, set up at the cheapest flea markets, and some of the more expensive indoor walled antique shows. My name is Matt Gregg, and this is the life of a modern antiques dealer.
Where are we going?
Down to the River Arts District to check out like a vintage antique mall slash design shop called the Marquee. A Facebook friend of mine has a booth in there, so I'm gonna go check it out, see if I can't find something to buy to resell.
What do you think about this, sir? Sir, would you like to make a statement?
Okay, first cool thing, they let the dog come in. Always fun. He's well behaved on a short leash, so he was no trouble. Shop was cool. More designery than I normally buy from, but I really love those things. Those things were neat lamps. As you can see, still setting parts of it up, parts of the booths up. I love these paintings. These paintings were great. Emily and Red liked them too. And then look at this over here. Just more good art by the same person. But yeah, look at this over here. Yeah, that's a bar. It's a bar in the antique shop, or in the vintage shop. Yep, they got a bar over there in the shop. One-stop shopping. People probably spend more after having a drink. I don't know. These things were really cool. Definitely more of a design center than anything. As you can see, the booths had, some of them had names. You know, they put their business name in the booth too. Okay, this pole was really neat, but at $3,500, too much for me to make money on. Like the whirly gig too. Here it is. This is the booth I was looking for. A lot of folk art in this booth. A lot of small carvings. North Carolina pottery, Southern pottery. I love those big carvings. Those are really neat. A lot of fun stuff in this booth. Mixture of antiques. Showcase full of stuff as well. Here we are again. Wide aisles, as you can see. Lots of light. Lots of good light, which is nice. Too many stores are dark. I did love these things. Industrial molds turned into mirrors. That's a neat painting with the original photograph that it was based on. Yeah, definitely more of a design aspect of this shop. This booth reminds me of something you might see at Round Top or even Broomfield. Neat mixture of stuff. Yeah, kind of dig that painting. Clown head, always scary. He was $250. Really like that painting there. This is kind of neat. I guess it was for sale. I never even looked for the price, but yeah, old camper. Cook right out of the back. Yeah, that's kind of a cool thing. Hitch that up to your car and go. Yeah, some vintage clothing, a lot of art, a lot of design. Real good mixture in here. This booth had some really fun vintage and antique stuff. This booth also had a lot of pottery, a lot of little carvings. Yeah, little cars. That thing. I like those little carved Indian chief heads. Yeah, mid-century modern. That's pretty cool relief carving. Oh, look at that. That's kind of neat. Great surface on that piece. More on that later. That cat's pretty cool. $92. Not a bad price. Love the tramp art twig planter. So what is this?
This is photography of abandoned places. So there's an opera house, there's a bowling alley, there's an amusement park, a barber shop, I guess. Like, it's phenomenal.
Yeah, these photographs, these were really cool. They even sold CDs of them. Okay, one of my favorite things in the whole shop was in this booth. Right over there in the corner. You check that out. It's like an old sink or something. Painted. I loved it. Finally, this booth had some fun stuff. This booth had some fun rustic cabinet stuff. I love this chair. I don't know that it had any money left in it. This new bachelor sign was also fun. So, what'd you think? I thought that was a cool shop. If you're watching this video, it's probably no surprise to you that, you know, the antiques business is struggling a bit to find, to attract younger customers. Certainly if you go to most walled antique shows, you see very few people under like 45 years old shopping. And definitely I'm one of the few dealers who would fit that profile. But you hit Brimfield, maybe Round Top, you definitely see a lot of younger buyers, and they may not be buying expensive period things, but they do buy a lot of stuff, and some of it's kind of pricey. So I think the future's there. I think one of the problems with antique shops, antique shows in general, is just how stuffy and snobby they can be. And I think this shop kind of indicates that it doesn't have to be that way. You can have, you can make it an experience, like a cool experience. This, they have the bar, you can have food. I think shows that do well have like beer gardens and food trucks and live music. And I sort of think that's the model moving future. I think this type of shop has a really good chance of doing well. It's well lit. It's not stuffy. It's not snobby. It's definitely not junky. And, stuff is sold less for like collectible purposes and more for like, hey, this thing is a really cool object. This is art. Whether it's a painting or sculpture or even just an old object that can be sold as art. I think that's kind of the future, moving forward. I like shops that have, a good mix of vintage and design and antique. And this shop definitely had that. It's not one of those shops with like, grandma's doilies. Definitely not snobby, definitely not boring. Don't worry, I still love junk shops. I still love cluttered shops. Of course, I'm looking for bargains, or I'm looking for mistakes, looking for things that dealers don't know exactly what they have. And I know there's a lot of collectors out there doing the same thing, and I think there's definitely a future for those type of shops as well. But I did really dig this shop. I could see it doing well in the future. I don't know, necessarily whether it works for how well it works for all the vendors, depending upon how much rent is and how much commission is. But I was in there during the middle of the week. There was definitely some traffic. Definitely some young people in there, and definitely people buying other than me. But hey, I did find some stuff. Let's dive into that now. So I bought this. I struggled. I had to think about this a lot. I did love the surface. This just has like the best possible surface. It was also cool because they know exactly where it was from, what school it went from, what came from. Generally, I'm not super into the fraternity paddles, but like I said, this surface is just awesome, and knowing the history behind it helps too. And then I bought this head. This head I actually bought from the booth I went in to check out. Guy had a lot of cool stuff. Not all of it worked for me price-wise. I think a lot of stuff had money left in it, but I'm trying to make a certain amount of money to justify the work it takes to list something and how long it takes to pack something properly. But I really did dig this folk art head. Both of these objects are going to be in my future email listings. You can see my website for more information on how to sign up or shoot me a message. But yeah, once a month I send out an email listing with fresh finds, I guess. These will be on there before they go out to sale to the general public. Email list currently is like 70 people, mostly dealers. So check it out if you want to sign up and let me know. But hey, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of the shop, what you think of the future of the antiques business maybe. And if you think I missed some cool stuff. Thanks for watching. Oh, and hit like and subscribe to follow with the rest of my antiques journey. Thanks.